Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am friend Shad Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is Tuesday, happy Tuesday, February 11th of 2025, and I have 7:02 in the p.m. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, definitely. And I'm also looking at Mr. Kanye West. Kanye West. There he is. Last week at the Grammys, him and his companion. I spoke on this last week. I spoke about why would a man parade his wife around like that? I thought that maybe it was just a momentary thing. It would just chill out and he'd go back just to being Kanye. Music, producing, running businesses, traveling. But now he's back in the spotlight, back in the media. There's some subjects that I have gotten in trouble with before that other content creators, they can talk about, but when I bring it up, it's an issue. So I'm sure by now, the majority of you all have heard the rant that he did recently. If you haven't, just Google it. He did something similar in 2022. And I'm asking myself, why now? Why now? I'm disturbed by a lot of things on the earth. We're not God. Most of the things that we can change and affect are the things that we can control. We know that image is everything. And when I see somebody who looks like me, who is in a field that I would love to be back in, that is the music. Because it's something that I love. When I see this man, he's reached a certain plateau. And I see his voice, and I know that in America and the world that a certain voice has a certain weight. And when it had a moment of promise to compare the two now, I don't underestimate that he still has promise. I'm just wondering, how far would Kanye go? It's one thing to allow your wife to project herself like that. I don't know whose idea it was. That she had on a smile and not too many clothes. But he would stand next to her and take that picture. That's association all day. But the rant that he just did within the last, 30-something hours, I'm like, that's disturbing. It's very disturbing. The powers at times, they get different people to perform, okay? They get people to perform. One month, it might be a basketball player, that he might say something, then it fades on away. Then they'll get a singer, they'll do something kind of outlandish, then they'll fade away. Then some other person in whatever entertainment field will do something, then they'll fade on away. Then there's Kanye. Arguably, Kanye's voice and the subject matter that he touches it can make some things happen. Or let's just say that the subject that he's talking about and the people that he's talking about and how he's couching it, it could lead to something. And things could reach a boiling point simultaneously with other issues in America and around the world. And boom, we have our long, hot summer. And that's what I'm getting at. So again, how far will Kanye go? I've seen the comments and I've gotten the emails. Pearson, that's not Kanye. We do live in a world where we have to question if it's really human. So I get that argument. So if it's something that's being puppeted toward us, same result, right? See, certain phrases and certain statements by certain people at certain times can make things happen. This image thing that they try to sell to us. You sit back and wonder, you say, man, you had all this promise, you had arguably, he was the wonder of the musical world, like a young Stevie Wonder, so to speak. Now you're questionable, and in some people's mind, you fell from grace. What happened? We hadn't heard from Kanye on this level in a while. So now during the Super Bowl, I hear that he takes an ad out, for LA? And he has a certain clothing out, one item. And he made a statement. Now understand that item is not for sale anymore. But it's made a statement and it's made an impact and it's all over the internet. And I'm glad it's not summer around the world. What's the end game? People, nobody has a right to toy with you. Not directly. But indirectly, I strongly suggest to you, we're being toyed with. Is Kanye back? Will he set an atmosphere of division? See, we have to understand that there are certain topics and certain phrases, I'm going to say it again, there are certain topics and certain phrases, especially in America, that can get the mental juices going. And a soundbite or just an item or a 2-minute conversation never does justice to what God gave us as reasoning. So certain subjects and certain statements, quick statements, sound bites, they could trigger something. Are the powers behind this? If we remove ourselves mentally from the face of Kanye and think of it as one body with two wings, playing both sides, because the goal is to disturb America. Then we might just understand what's really going on. Because this might not be Kanye. He ain't got nothing to gain, does he? He got money, got fame, he got music. If he would have stayed low key, I'd say majority of people would have found in their hearts of hearts to forgive him or overlook what he said in the past. And I'm not judging, I'm just saying certain subjects, certain historical subjects, when you bring them up and when you couch them in the moment and then you say certain things, it might be true for you, but it might not be true for the masses. And I'm not saying what he says and has said is true. All I'm saying is that to him, that's his truth. But I think that the higher that you reach in this world, the plateau, the more responsible you need to be. Because there's some loose cannons out here in this world. And you sitting back in your $1 million mansion, everything's cool. Super Bowl Sunday, Kendrick Lamar talked about the revolution. I did a video on that. And I talked about Gil Scott-Heron. He's the first one to bring that up. The revolution will not be televised. The things that Kanye has said, the things that he's just done, and I think about the movie Civil War, and I think about the movie Leave the World Behind, and other movies that have come about, and all the tension around the world. This adds to the mix. It ain't good. The future's in the hands of the youth. I've long said that Satan, he don't care too much about the older people. Either we set in our ways, we got too much wisdom, we see through the garbage. The middle-aged folks, they somewhere in the middle. They're beginning to understand and see through the game. But the younger ones, those are the ones which are arguably the most impressionable. Those are the ones that you see out at the BLM and the Antifa. Those are the ones where the groups can be infiltrated. With all this unemployment and underemployment and inflation and WAR overseas and the promise of let's make America great again, yet all the slicing and dicing that Trump is doing with all these executive orders. It just came out 2 days ago that Trump has done more executive orders than any other president in this short period of time. Things are transforming. People don't like change too quick. They're trying to see it. Now judges are coming back and they're trying to come up against what Trump is. It's just combative atmosphere. And I'm looking at Kanye like, brother, are you reading what the universe is saying? Are you feeling what the people on the earth really need? You're speaking your truth, but is your truth, would it be better spent by mending and healing and taking an olive branch Name me a race that hasn't done anything questionable. Turn the pages of history. I'm sure you can find something. You're a millionaire, man. Some folks say you're a billionaire. What are you trying to do? Yay? What are you trying to do? All I'm saying is, baby, not this way. Not this way. You're brewing a revolution whether you like it or not. And it's not going to gift us. It's not going to bless us. Because you haven't figured out how to present it properly. So that you don't draw an avalanche of controversy, division, doubt, uncertainty, and promise for humanity that once bought your records, and I'm sure still would love to buy them. So Kanye, I'm going to give you the end game. Think about us before you run your mouth. It's a big world, and we live in it. You're rich enough to make your own world and watch us in a revolution that arguably you and other people not thinking. You help plant the seeds. My eyes are older. I see things differently. That's my advice. We're just trying to live, brother. You gotta be at peace. With whatever you've been through. And let us maintain our peace. Just be still. Just be still.